Welcome to Daily News Brief, your clear, concise look at today's top headlines. If you find this update helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a story that matters.
In Aceh, Indonesia, an Islamic court sentenced two men to 80 public canings each for hugging and kissing.
The trial took place at the Islamic Sharia District Court in Banda Aceh, the provincial capital, and was closed to the public.
The men, aged 20 and 21, were arrested in April after being observed entering a bathroom together at a city park.
Police entered the bathroom and found the men kissing and hugging, which the court classified as a sexual act.
The lead judge stated that the two college students were proven to have violated Islamic law.
Prosecutors initially requested 85 strokes of the cane for each man.
However, the judges opted for a lighter sentence due to the men being outstanding students who cooperated with authorities.
The 4 months they have already served will be deducted from their sentence.
The prosecutor expressed dissatisfaction with the lighter sentence but will not appeal.
Aceh is the only Indonesian province permitted to observe Islamic law, which allows up to 100 lashes for morality offenses.
These offenses include gay sex, adultery, gambling, drinking alcohol, and women wearing tight clothes.
The Indonesian government granted Aceh this right in 2006 as part of a peace agreement.
In 2015, the law was extended to non-Muslims, who make up about 1% of the province's population.
Human rights groups have criticized the law for violating international treaties signed by Indonesia.
Indonesia's National Criminal Code does not regulate homosexuality.
This is the 5th time Aceh has sentenced people to public caning for homosexuality since the implementation of Islamic law.
In 1997, a 31-year-old Pakistani man named Nasiruddin disappeared into an ice cave in the Kohistan region.
His body was remarkably preserved in the ice and discovered 28 years later by a local shepherd.
This discovery brought closure to his family, who had tirelessly searched for him for 3 decades.
Nasiruddin is an example of how melting glaciers, due to climate change, are revealing long-lost secrets.
Glaciers worldwide are retreating, uncovering bodies and ancient artifacts.
Nasiruddin left behind a wife and 2 children, who never gave up hope of finding him.
His nephew, Malik Ubaid, expressed relief at finally recovering the body.
The shepherd, Omar Khan, was astonished by the state of preservation, with Nasiruddin's clothes intact.
Pakistan has over 7,000 glaciers, the most outside the polar regions.
These glaciers, like many others, are shrinking due to human-caused climate change.
Reduced snowfall and increased sunlight are accelerating the melting process in northern Pakistan.
Glaciers act as time capsules, preserving remnants of the past.
Scientists study ice cores to understand past climates and human history.
Famous discoveries like Otzi the Iceman offer insights into ancient life.
While glaciers preserve they are not as effective as cryogenic freezing.
Nasiruddin's fate is shared by other explorers lost in icy environments.
Shopify is a compelling growth stock, particularly for those interested in e-commerce.
In the second quarter of 2025, Shopify saw a 31% year-over-year revenue increase, reaching $2.7 billion.
Its free cash flow also grew significantly, totaling $422 million, a 26.7% increase.
Metrics like gross merchandise volume and net income also showed positive trends.
Shopify's platform allows merchants to easily create and customize online storefronts.
This is a significant advantage, as it removes the need for advanced web development expertise.
Shopify also provides additional services, including an app store with specialized business applications.
Having an online presence is crucial for businesses today, and Shopify facilitates this.
It allows businesses to connect with customers through search engines and social media platforms.
The e-commerce market is expected to continue its rapid growth trajectory.
This growth is driven by factors like general economic expansion and increased consumer spending.
E-commerce also overcomes geographical barriers, connecting businesses with a wider customer base.
Shopify holds a significant market share in the United States, at 12% of the e-commerce market by gross merchandise volume.
Despite operating in 175 countries, a majority of Shopify's revenue comes from the United States and Canada.
This suggests significant potential for international expansion and growth.
While Shopify's current price-to-sales ratio might seem high to some, its growth potential justifies the investment for long-term investors.
Lithium stocks rose sharply early Monday after the world's largest electric vehicle battery maker closed its lithium mine in China.
This closure caused lithium prices to increase significantly.
The stock increase for lithium companies followed contemporary AmpereX technology halting operations at a major Chinese mine.
This mine, Jiangxiawo, is also one of the world's largest and located in China is Yichun Lithium Hub.
The company stated the mine will be closed for 3 months for license renewal, according to Bloomberg.
Contemporary AmpereX technology is the leading electric vehicle battery manufacturer globally, holding over 1/3 of the market.
Shares of Albemarle and Sociedad Química y Minera, 2 of the largest lithium producers, were up considerably in early trading.
Other major lithium miners like Lithium Americas and Sigma Lithium also saw significant stock increases.
The price of spot lithium rose almost 4% on Monday, adding to a 15% increase over the past month.
Tesla, a major customer of contemporary AmpereX technology, also saw its stock rise.
The United States Department of Defense recently added contemporary AmpereX technology to a list of companies affiliated with the Chinese military.
This addition will prohibit the Defense Department from procurement contracts with the company starting in June 2026.
The mine closure is likely related to Beijing's crackdown on involution, excessive competition driving down prices, and hindering development.
Lithium is crucial for electric vehicles, power grids, and various electronics, driving increased global demand.
Demand for lithium could increase by as much as 40% by 2040, as forecasted by the International Energy Agency.
Lithium prices had previously declined, reaching their lowest point since 2021 in June, due to oversupply.
Tropical Storm Erin formed in the Atlantic on Monday, August 11th.
The National Hurricane Center issued an advisory, warning Erin could become a hurricane by Wednesday.
It may even become a major hurricane by Saturday, as it moves west across the Atlantic.
AccuWeather predicts Erin could turn north, paralleling Florida as it nears the Caribbean.
The National Hurricane Center is also monitoring a new disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico.
This disturbance has a low chance of development but could bring heavy rain to the Florida Panhandle.
The National Hurricane Center is tracking 2 other systems in the Atlantic Basin.
1. Invest 96L is moving north in the central Atlantic with a low chance of development.
The other is a non-tropical low-pressure area southeast of Nova Scotia.
It also has a low chance of developing further.
Tropical Storm Erin developed from Invest 97L Monday morning.
Forecasters predict Erin will strengthen as it crosses the Atlantic.
It is expected to become a hurricane by Wednesday, August 13th.
It could become a major hurricane with 115-mile-per-hour winds by Saturday.
A disturbance in the northeastern Gulf of Mexico has a near 0% chance of developing.
However, it could produce locally heavy rainfall and flash flooding along the Florida Panhandle.
A 13-year-old was rescued from forced labor at a Houston massage parlor.
This rescue was possible due to a tip received by authorities.
The owners and manager of the Rainbow Foot Relax Massage Parlor have been arrested.
They are charged with promotion of prostitution.
The teen is now receiving support services.
Law enforcement expressed gratitude to the resident who reported the illegal activity.
Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez stated that a criminal enterprise was disrupted.
This involved District 5 deputies and the human trafficking team.
The teen was being forced to work at the Rainbow Foot Relax Massage Parlor.
The parlor is located at 10,511 Jones Road in northeast Harris County.
The business was reportedly providing illegal sexual services for money.
Following an investigation, the teen was rescued.
The owners, 76-year-old Shi Xin Chao and 52-year-old Cheng Shi Zhu, were arrested.
43-year-old Youngkin McGee, the manager, was also arrested.
All 3 face charges of promotion of prostitution to receive money.
They were booked into the Harris County Jail and have since been released on bond.
President Trump sought funding for border security and deportations.
Congress approved a substantial budget increase for Homeland Security.
This funding supports expanded ICE operations.
President Trump stated his commitment to deportations.
The funding increase has raised concerns in Congress about oversight.
The bill lacked specific policy directives.
Homeland Security has offered hiring bonuses for ICE officers.
The administration has reallocated funds to support immigration enforcement.
Senator Chris Murphy criticized Homeland Security for its spending.
He accused the agency of building a deportation force without approval.
House members requested a briefing on the border security funding plan.
They expressed interest in understanding how the funds would be used.
Homeland Security confirmed ongoing discussions and plans to expand capacity.
This includes using military bases as detention sites.
A 75-foot passenger vessel ran aground near the harbor in Honolulu.
The United States Coast Guard reported this incident.
The grounding occurred recently, prompting a response from authorities.
Details about the number of passengers on board are not yet available.
It is also unclear what caused the vessel to run aground.
The Coast Guard is currently investigating the situation.
They will likely assess the extent of any damage to the vessel.
Authorities will also determine if there were any injuries to passengers or crew.
More information will be released as the investigation progresses.
The Coast Guard is working to ensure the safety of everyone involved.
This incident highlights the importance of maritime safety regulations.
Such regulations are designed to prevent accidents like this from occurring.
Hopefully, the investigation will shed light on the cause of the grounding.
This will help prevent similar incidents in the future.
It is fortunate that no major injuries have been reported so far.
The prompt response from the Coast Guard was crucial in managing the situation.
High-speed trains offer a thrilling spectacle, as evidenced by a recent video showcasing the Shinkansen.
This Japanese bullet train travels at speeds up to 320 kilometers per hour, or about 199 miles per hour.
The Japan Rail Pass website describes these speeds as nothing short of superhuman.
Traveling from Tokyo to Osaka by Shinkansen takes 2.5 hours and costs approximately $94.
This is comparable in both time and cost to flying, but significantly faster than the 6-hour drive.
Passengers frequently praise the comfortable ride and scenic views of the Japanese countryside.
Beyond convenience, high-speed rail offers a significant environmental advantage over fuel-intensive travel methods.
Research indicates that high-speed rail significantly reduces fossil fuel consumption and carbon emissions along its routes.
This positive environmental impact increases over time and with distance from the railway, according to researchers.
Currently, the United States has limited high-speed rail infrastructure.
Only Amtrak's Northeast Corridor offers speeds approaching those of the Shinkansen, but even then, only in short bursts.
The Amtrak Acela, for example, reaches a maximum speed of 150 miles per hour.
Social media users expressed enthusiasm for the speed and efficiency of the Shinkansen.
One commenter noted that the trains slow down significantly when passing through stations, implying even higher speeds are possible.
Another commenter mentioned the impressive sight of the train passing rural stations at full speed.
Many expressed a desire for similar high-speed rail systems in their own regions.
The Annals of Internal Medicine, a respected United States medical journal, has rejected Health Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr.'s request to retract a Danish study on vaccine safety.
This study, funded by the Danish government, found no link between aluminum in vaccines and increased health risks in children.
Kennedy, a known vaccine skeptic, has questioned the study's validity and called it propaganda from the pharmaceutical industry.
He alleges the study was designed to avoid finding harm and has asked for its immediate retraction.
The journal's editor-in-chief, Dr. Christine Levine, sees no reason for retraction and plans to address criticisms on the journal's website.
She will not, however, directly respond to Kennedy's critique, which was published on an independent website.
The study's lead author, Anders Peter Hviid, defended the research and denied any deceit.
He stated that he has confidence in their work and their ability to respond to critiques.
Kennedy criticized the study for lacking a control group and excluding certain children.
He also noted the absence of raw data, alleging it was designed to hide a link between aluminum and health issues.
Hviid addressed these criticisms, explaining that the small number of unvaccinated children in Denmark prevented a meaningful control group.
He clarified that data is available to researchers, but individual-level data is restricted under Danish law.
Other vaccine skeptics have also criticized the study, echoing Kennedy's concerns.
Trial site, where Kennedy published his critique, defended the study's scale, data transparency, and funding, while acknowledging its limitations.
Levine acknowledges the study's limitations, but maintains they do not invalidate the findings.
She also stated that there is no evidence of scientific misconduct.
The Department of Health and Human Services declined further comment beyond Kennedy's initial statement.
The debate surrounding aluminum in vaccines and its potential health effects continues.
Instant payment apps like Venmo and Apple Cash make it easy to send money to friends and family.
However, these apps have also become a tool for scammers to defraud unsuspecting users.
A common scam involves receiving a payment from an unknown number.
Later, the sender claims they accidentally sent the money and asks for it back.
This is known as an accidental deposit scam, and it can cost you thousands of dollars.
In this scam, fraudsters use stolen financial information to send money to random users.
They then pressure the recipient to return the funds quickly.
Their goal is to trick you into sending your own money, which they then withdraw.
Once the real account owner reports the fraud, the bank reverses the initial payment.
This leaves you responsible for the money you sent back to the scammer.
Be wary of payments from unknown senders, especially large sums.
Also, be suspicious of urgent requests for repayment through different methods.
Emotional messages or accusations of theft are also red flags.
Multiple contacts from different numbers should raise suspicion as well.
Even if the money appears in your account, do not spend it.
Notify the payment app and wait for their instructions.
If the payment was a genuine mistake, the app can handle the refund.
If you receive money from a stranger, do not send it back under any circumstances.
Actor James Van Der Beek recently revealed he experienced a change in bowel movements before his stage 3 colorectal cancer diagnosis.
He attributed this change to his coffee consumption and was unaware of the dropped screening age for colorectal cancer.
Van Der Beek was physically fit and had no other alarming symptoms, highlighting that colorectal cancer can develop silently.
Dr. Eitan Friedman confirmed that changes in bowel habits are a primary indicator of potential colorectal cancer.
Other symptoms include fatigue from anemia, blood in stool, weight loss, appetite loss, and abdominal discomfort.
Dr. Erica Barnell emphasized that many colorectal cancers develop without noticeable symptoms, making early screening crucial.
She also pointed out that Van Der Beek having no glaring signs is common.
Symptoms are particularly concerning for individuals 45 and older with a family history of colon cancer or inflammatory bowel disease.
The lifetime risk of colorectal cancer for an average person is 4 to 5%, according to Dr. Friedman.
Regular colonoscopies, starting at age 45, can detect precancerous polyps and significantly reduce the risk of cancer.
Unfortunately, screening compliance in the United States is below national targets, with disparities in rural, low-income, and minority communities.
Dr. Barnell advocates for increased access to non-invasive screening and greater public awareness.
She stresses the importance of paying attention to changes in bowel habits, as it could be life-saving.
Screening allows for early detection and intervention, even before symptoms manifest.
Van Der Beek's story serves as a reminder of the importance of early detection and being aware of even subtle changes in one's health.
He learned about his stage 3 diagnoses after a colonoscopy revealed the presence of the cancer.
A small plane landing at a Montana airport crashed into parked aircraft on Monday.
This incident triggered a large fire but thankfully resulted in no serious injuries.
The single-engine plane carried 4 people and was attempting to land at Kalispell City Airport.
A preliminary investigation suggests the pilot lost control upon landing.
The plane crashed onto the runway and then struck several parked aircraft.
This impact ignited fires on multiple planes, which also spread to a nearby grassy area.
The Kalispell City Airport is a small city-owned airport located south of Kalispell.
Kalispell is a city of approximately 30,000 people in northwest Montana.
Witnesses reported seeing the plane crash land at the end of the runway and collide with another aircraft.
All passengers were able to exit the plane independently after it came to a stop.
2 passengers sustained minor injuries and received treatment at the airport.
A nearby witness described hearing a loud sound like a bass drum being struck.
The flight originated in Pullman, Washington, according to the National Transportation Safety Board.
The Federal Aviation Administration identified the plane as a Socata TBM 700 turboprop.
This aircraft was built in 2011 and is owned by Meter Sky Limited Liability Company of Pullman.
Aviation safety consultants say that crashes into parked aircraft occur a few times a year in general aviation.
President Donald Trump recently reiterated his support for Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina during the state Republican Party's gala.
This endorsement, delivered via phone call, comes despite some discontent within the Make America Great Again movement.
Former South Carolina Lieutenant Governor Andre Bauer and Paul Dans of the Heritage Foundation are challenging Graham in the upcoming Republican primary.
They argue that Graham is not a true conservative voice for South Carolina.
President Trump stated during the call that he gives Graham his complete and total endorsement.
He also expressed confidence in Graham and described him as a great guy who has always been there for him.
However, some Make America Great Again supporters expressed strong disapproval of the endorsement.
Some stated they will continue to support Graham's primary opponents regardless of Trump's endorsement.
Several users on social media criticized Graham and expressed disappointment in Trump for supporting him.
One user questioned how Make America Great Again supporters could reconcile their dislike of establishment Republicans with Trump's endorsement of Graham.
Another user expressed growing disillusionment with Trump due to his support for Graham.
Melissa Blasek, a former New Hampshire state lawmaker, also criticized Trump's endorsement.
Paul Dans, one of Graham's challengers, attended the gala and responded to Trump's endorsement.
Dans claimed Graham is clinging to Trump for support out of fear of losing his Senate seat.
Graham recently drew criticism from some Trump supporters for his trip to Ukraine and meeting with President Volodymyr Zelensky.
Former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon condemned Graham's trip and called for the White House to withdraw its support.
Austin police are searching for 2 suspects involved in the assault of a bachelorette party member in downtown Austin.
This incident occurred around 2:10 a.m. on Saturday, July 19th.
The exact location in downtown Austin was not specified by the Austin Police Department.
The 2 suspects engaged in a verbal altercation with the bachelorette party.
One of the suspects violently assaulted a member of the party and stole some personal belongings.
The suspects fled the scene in a light-colored van or sport utility vehicle.
The female suspect is described as Hispanic, between 25 and 40 years of age.
She has tattoos on one arm, both thighs, and the side of her torso.
She was last seen wearing a white t-shirt, blue jean shorts, and gray and white Nike shoes.
The male suspect is described as black, between 30 and 40 years of age.
He is between 5 feet 8 inches and 6 feet 1 inch tall, with a stocky build.
He also has a tattoo on his arm and was last seen wearing a white Jordan t-shirt, blue jeans, and gray shoes.
If you have any information, please contact the Austin Police Department Robbery Unit at 51297-45092.
You can also submit an anonymous tip through the Capital Area Crime Stoppers program.
Visit austincrimestoppers.org or call 512-472-8477 to submit a tip.
A reward of up to $1,000 may be available for information leading to an arrest.
This information is provided by the Austin Police Department.
Please help bring these individuals to justice.
India is increasing its ethanol production, encouraging farmers to shift from oilseeds to grains like corn and rice.
This shift undermines the government's efforts to reduce the country's dependence on costly edible oil imports.
India is using record corn and rice harvests to produce ethanol for its 20% gasoline blending target.
This process generates distillers' dried grains with solubles, a protein-rich byproduct flooding the animal feed market.
The surplus of distillers' dried grains with solubles reduces demand for oil meals, lowering oilseed prices.
This encourages farmers to plant more corn and rice instead of soybeans and groundnuts, despite government incentives to increase oilseed production.
Distillers' dried grains with solubles production in India has increased significantly, projected to reach 5.5 million tons by 2025.
This byproduct is cheaper than oil meals, leading feed makers to substitute it, impacting oilseed processors.
Government data shows a decrease in oilseed acreage and a record increase in corn area.
Farmers are switching from soybeans to corn due to lower soybean prices and the added benefit of corn fodder for livestock.
This reduction in oilseed planting raises concerns for India, which spent over $17 billion on edible oil imports last year.
The country aims to reduce its reliance on these imports, but faces growing edible oil consumption due to increased demand for fried foods and sweets.
India's edible oil consumption has been growing steadily at 3 to 4% annually.
Edible oil imports have risen significantly in recent decades, making India the world's largest buyer of vegetable oils.
India imports palm oil from Indonesia and Malaysia, as well as soy oil and sunflower oil from various countries.
These include Argentina, Brazil, Russia, and Ukraine, highlighting India's global dependence on edible oil imports.
22-year-old Laura Mueller of Guildford, England, was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, a type of blood cancer, in June.
Before her diagnosis, doctors attributed Mueller's tiredness to anemia and her back pain to her new office job.
Mueller initially experienced symptoms like a sore neck and back, along with a chest infection, in December 2024.
She tried to boost her energy levels with coffee and vitamin supplements, as she was typically fit and healthy.
After a blood test, doctors dismissed her tiredness as anemia and blamed her back pain on sitting all day at her new job.
Mueller felt unheard and knew something was wrong, as her condition continued to worsen.
She later coughed up blood following another chest infection in March.
An emergency X-ray and CT scan revealed a mass in her chest.
Following keyhole surgery, Mueller received the diagnosis of Hodgkin lymphoma in June.
Hodgkin lymphoma is a cancer affecting the lymphatic system. A crucial part of the body's immune system.
This cancer develops when healthy cells in the lymphatic system change and grow uncontrollably.
Mueller has been undergoing chemotherapy and recently reported that she had gotten rid of the disease in just a month and a half.
She is now sharing her journey to raise awareness about her initially overlooked symptoms.
Mueller emphasizes the importance of trusting one's instincts if something feels wrong with one's body.
She recalled feeling constantly tired, dizzy, and experiencing worsening back and neck pain.
Despite being active and fit, she found herself becoming increasingly exhausted even with short walks.
Her gym visits decreased from multiple times a week to almost none, and she experienced weight loss.
Mueller urges others to persist in seeking medical attention if they suspect an underlying issue, emphasizing the importance of self-advocacy.
In 2022, President Obama's presidential portrait was unveiled and placed near the White House Grand Staircase.
This is the traditional location for the most recent president's portrait.
President Biden's portrait was not yet complete.
Later, the Obama portrait was moved by President Trump and replaced with a different portrait.
The Obama portrait was relocated to another area within the entrance hall.
President Trump then moved the portrait a second time to a less visible staircase.
This staircase is located in a restricted area, out of public view, according to CNN.
George W. Bush's portrait was also moved to this location.
Gavin Newsom's press office released a statement regarding this action.
The statement said, "Small men hide from history as giants."
It remains to be seen what further changes will be made to the White House.
The original placement of the portrait followed established White House tradition.
The relocation of the portraits has sparked public discussion and commentary.
The significance of presidential portraits in historical context is a topic of interest.
The statement from Newsom is, "Press office reflects a particular perspective on this situation."
The future display of presidential portraits in the White House will continue to evolve.
Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. stated that Beijing has misinterpreted his comments regarding Manila being drawn into a potential conflict between China and Taiwan.
China accused President Marcos of playing with fire after he commented during a visit to India that the Philippines could not avoid involvement due to its proximity to Taiwan.
President Marcos expressed perplexity at the characterization of his remarks as playing with fire.
He explained that his comments were misinterpreted, possibly for propaganda purposes.
President Marcos mentioned the need to evacuate Filipinos from Taiwan in the event of a conflict.
He emphasized his desire to avoid confrontation and war.
According to Philippine government data, over 100,000 Filipinos live and work in Taiwan.
President Marcos clarified his original statement, explaining that war over Taiwan would force the Philippines into the conflict.
These comments arise amid heightened tensions between Manila and Beijing concerning territorial disputes in the South China Sea.
The Philippine Coast Guard reported a recent incident where a Chinese Coast Guard ship used a water cannon against a Philippine vessel.
The Philippine vessel, transporting provisions to Filipino fishermen near Scarborough Shoal, successfully evaded being hit.
China claims Scarborough Shoal as its territory.
The Chinese Coast Guard stated that it took necessary measures to expel Philippine vessels from the area.
They described their actions as professional, standardized, legitimate, and legal.
An international arbitral tribunal ruling in 2016 rejected China's claims in the South China Sea.
The tribunal declared that China's claims had no basis under international law, a decision that China rejects.
A Ukrainian firm released a video of its interceptor drone flying at speeds up to 195 miles per hour.
This $2,500 first-person view drone flies at roughly the speed of a bullet train.
Speed is crucial for interceptor drones, as they must chase down loitering munitions.
The Ukrainian firm Wild Hornets stated its Sting interceptor reached 195 miles per hour in stable flight.
This speed likely makes it one of the fastest, first-person view combat drones.
A video released by the startup shows the Sting flying over open fields in an apparent test.
The drone is shown reaching speeds of up to 315 kilometers per hour.
Business Insider could not independently verify the drone's speed.
The Ukrainian drone industry has been working to improve the capabilities of its first-person view interceptors.
Ukrainian units are increasingly using these low-cost drones as a solution against the Iranian-designed Shahed drones.
Russia has increased the number of these exploding drones it deploys.
New Russian tactics allow Shaheds to fly higher and faster, making them harder to target.
An interceptor drone's speed is critical for catching up to the Shahed 136.
The Shahed 136 flies at approximately 115 miles per hour.
Initial reports indicated the Sting drone was designed to fly faster than 100 miles per hour.
With this new video, it has been recorded flying at almost double that speed.
Open Artificial Intelligence Chief Executive Officer Sam Altman believes that in 10 years, college graduates will have exciting, well-paying, space-related jobs.
While some experts predict a 2-day workweek, Altman envisions Generation Alpha graduates exploring the solar system.
He suggests these future careers will offer significantly higher salaries than current jobs.
Altman even expresses envy towards young people, stating that current early career jobs will seem boring in comparison.
Artificial intelligence is reshaping the workforce, and many Generation Z graduates are finding their degrees do not guarantee career stability.
Altman acknowledges that artificial intelligence will eliminate some jobs, but insists the next decade will be an exciting time to start a career, particularly in space exploration.
He predicts these future graduates will pity those who had to work in older, more traditional fields.
Altman suggests that by 2035, college graduates could be embarking on space missions with new and interesting roles.
While the extent of future space exploration remains uncertain, aerospace engineering jobs are currently growing faster than average.
These jobs also offer competitive salaries, exceeding $130,000 annually.
Other tech leaders offer more earthbound predictions, such as Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, who suggests artificial intelligence could shorten the workweek.
Gates questions the future of work, proposing a 2- or 3-day workweek due to decreased human labor needs.
NVIDIA Chief Executive Officer Jensen Huang states that artificial intelligence has already enhanced his workers' abilities.
Huang believes this enhancement will continue as artificial intelligence technology progresses.
Altman admits the future of artificial intelligence is unclear, but he is envious of Generation Z professionals starting their careers.
He believes that those graduating college now are the luckiest in history, given the emerging opportunities.
Current mortgage interest rates have seen minor adjustments.
The average 30-year fixed mortgage rate is at 6.44%, while the 15-year fixed rate is 5.73%, according to Zillow.
Rates have increased since this time last year, despite earlier predictions of a decline.
Experts anticipate rates will remain above 6% for the next few quarters.
Fannie Mallory is not projecting mortgage rates to reach 6% until the third quarter of 2026.
Zillow data indicates the current 30-year fixed rate is 6.44%.
The 20-year fixed rate is 6.16%, and the 15-year fixed rate is 5.73%.
These are national averages, rounded to the nearest hundredth.
Current refinance rates for a 30-year fixed mortgage are at 6.48%, according to Zillow.
The 20-year fixed refinance rate is 6.31%, while the 15-year fixed is 5.71%.
These are also national averages, rounded to the nearest hundredth.
Refinance rates tend to be slightly higher than purchase rates.
The Yahoo Finance Mortgage Calculator can help you understand how different terms and rates affect monthly payments.
It considers factors like property taxes and homeowners insurance.
Today's average 30-year mortgage rate is 6.44%.
A $300,000 mortgage at this rate would result in a monthly payment of about $1,884.
Two Chinese ships collided in the South China Sea on Monday during a chase involving a Philippine vessel.
A China Coast Guard ship was pursuing a Philippine ship when it struck a Chinese Navy destroyer.
Video footage released by the Philippines documents the incident.
The collision occurred approximately 11 nautical miles east of the Scarborough Shoal.
The China Coast Guard vessel was tailing the Philippine patrol ship and using its water cannon.
As the Coast Guard ship closed in, it unexpectedly collided with the destroyer.
The impact caused significant damage to both Chinese vessels.
The Philippine Coast Guard offered assistance to the Chinese vessels.
The China Coast Guard vessel executed a risky maneuver that led to the collision.
The Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson described the damage to the Coast Guard vessel as substantial.
The spokesperson also urged China to adhere to international maritime regulations.
He emphasized the importance of professional conduct to prevent accidents at sea.
The Philippine Department of National Defense condemned the incident as atrocious and inane behavior.
The Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs criticized the Philippines for alleged infringement on Chinese sovereignty.
The incident highlights escalating tensions between China and the Philippines in the South China Sea.
The Scarborough Shoal has been a recurring point of contention between the two nations.
Many common health recommendations, such as regular exercise and adequate protein intake, are also beneficial for heart health.
However, when taken to extremes, these habits can lead to cardiovascular problems, including heart disease.
A cardiologist cautions against excessive protein consumption and heavy weekend drinking.
For heart health, the advice is often straightforward. Maintain a balanced diet, exercise regularly, and avoid vaping.
But even seemingly healthy choices can be detrimental if done in excess.
Dr. Dmitry Yaronov, a heart transplant cardiologist, emphasizes that any extreme is likely not good for you.
Dr. Yaronov sees many younger patients in their 20s and 30s with few risk factors experiencing chest pain or arrhythmia.
He often finds that one aspect of their weekly routine could be contributing to future heart disease.
While protein is generally good for health, aiding weight loss, muscle growth, and hormone regulation, its impact on the heart is complex.
Consuming too much high cholesterol protein, like red meat, can negatively affect heart health due to increased inflammation.
Dr. Yaronov notes that exceeding your daily recommended protein intake can overwork your kidneys, further increasing inflammation and heart disease risk.
He also cautions against ultra-processed protein supplements, which can negatively impact cardiovascular health.
He advocates for diets like the Mediterranean diet, which includes heart-healthy proteins and anti-inflammatory foods.
While there is no safe amount of alcohol, staying within healthy limits is advised, avoiding binge drinking.
Dr. Yaronov has observed severe heart conditions in younger patients who engage in heavy weekend drinking, even if they maintain a healthy lifestyle during the week.
Excessive alcohol consumption can lead to various heart problems, including abnormal heart rhythms, high blood pressure, and an increased risk of heart disease.
A Hawaii real estate investor and broker are suing Shohei Ohtani, claiming the Los Angeles Dodgers star and his agent got them fired from a luxury housing development.
The $240 million project is located on the Big Island's Hapuna coast, and Ohtani was brought in to endorse it.
According to the lawsuit, Ohtani's agent, Nez Balelo, demanded concessions from developer Kevin Hayes Sr. and broker Tomoko Matsumoto.
Balelo then demanded that their business partner, Kingsbarn Realty Capital, drop them from the deal.
The lawsuit claims Balelo and Ohtani exploited their celebrity leverage to destabilize the plaintiff's role in the project for their own financial self-interest.
The suit accuses Ohtani and Balelo of tortious interference and unjust enrichment.
Hayes and Matsumoto say that Ohtani and Balelo also tried to undermine their interests in a second neighboring venture.
A spokesman for Balelo's agency declined comment, and attempts to reach Kingsbarn officials were not immediately successful.
The lawsuit states this case is about abuse of power.
It claims the defendants used threats and baseless legal claims to force a business partner to betray its contractual obligations.
Ohtani arrived from Japan in 2018 as a highly regarded international star in baseball history.
He signed a record 10-year, $700 million contract with the Dodgers before last season.
Investment materials for the project listed Hayes and Matsumoto as part of the management team, along with Kingsbarn.
The materials called Ohtani Japan's Babe Ruth and the first resident, giving him top billing.
The brochure says Ohtani will act as the celebrity spokesperson for the project and has committed to purchasing one of the 14 residences.
The suit says the developers spent 11 years working on the deal and signed an endorsement deal with Ohtani in 2023.
The Trump administration deployed the National Guard to Washington due to a supposed public safety emergency, but their reasoning seems inconsistent.
President Trump claimed federalization of Washington law enforcement was necessary because the city was a crime-ridden area.
However, FBI Director Kash Patel contradicted this claim by stating that the national homicide rate was at an all-time low.
Patel stated that the murder rate is on track to be the lowest in United States history.
This contradicts the administration's justification for federalizing the Metropolitan Police Department and the District of Columbia National Guard.
Violent crime has been decreasing in Washington since 2023, contributing to a nationwide crime drop in 2024.
The Washington Post reported that crime in the capital decreased by 35% in 2024, according to Metropolitan Police Department data.
Instead of using this data, President Trump cited outdated 2023 statistics.
He claimed that Washington was crime-ridden and needed to be overseen by Attorney General Pam Bondi.
President Trump stated that if the capital is dirty, the whole country is dirty.
He suggested that other cities, specifically liberal ones, could face similar federal intervention.
He mentioned Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, Baltimore, and Oakland as cities with problems.
President Trump promised that Washington would be cleaned up very quickly.
When asked if other cities were next, he said they would wait and see.
What is happening in Washington serves as a warning that the administration may advance its agenda without factual basis.
President Trump said he hoped other cities were watching and would self-correct by addressing issues like cashless bail.
Investors can own shares of properties leased by national brands like Whole Foods, Kroger, and Walmart with a minimum investment of $50,000.
These properties provide essential goods to communities, offering a stable investment opportunity.
Real estate can generate passive income, appreciate over time, and offer tax advantages.
While many associate real estate investing with homeownership, there are other avenues to explore.
A crucial first step to building wealth is knowing your net worth.
This involves calculating the difference between your assets and liabilities.
Surprisingly, a significant percentage of Americans do not know how to calculate their net worth.
Tracking your net worth is essential for making informed financial decisions.
Focusing on 3 key numbers can help you reach $1 million.
There is a lot of wealth-building advice available, but it can be overwhelming.
Accredited investors can diversify their portfolios through platforms like First National Realty Partners.
Another way to invest in real estate is by leveraging the home equity market.
HomeShares provides access to owner-occupied homes in top United States cities.
This allows investors to participate in the residential market without the burdens of property management.
Investing wisely is crucial, but expert guidance can further enhance your wealth-building journey.
Financial planners can provide comprehensive advice across all areas of your wealth.
Tracking your annual savings rate is essential for reaching your financial goals.
Increasing your savings rate can significantly shorten the time it takes to become a millionaire.
Dermarite Industries is voluntarily recalling nearly 4 dozen lots of hand soap and lotion products due to potential bacterial contamination.
The United States Department of Agriculture Food Safety and Inspection Service announced that the contamination involves Burkholderia cepacia.
This bacteria can be dangerous, as it can enter the bloodstream through cuts and potentially cause sepsis.
This is a particular concern for individuals with compromised immune systems.
The recalled products were distributed across the United States and Puerto Rico.
The affected products include 4 items: DermaClean, Dermasara, Clean Foam, and Perigene.
DermaClean is an antiseptic lotion soap with vitamin E for hand washing.
Dermasara is an analgesic lotion for minor skin irritations.
Clean Foam is an antimicrobial foam soap with aloe vera for hand washing.
Perigene is an antiseptic cleanser for use in the perineal area.
Consumers should check the lot numbers and expiration dates to determine if they have the affected products.
So far, Dermarite has not received any reports of adverse events related to this recall.
While Burkholderia cepacia is commonly found in soil and water, it poses minimal risk to healthy individuals.
However, for those with weakened immune systems, the bacteria could lead to more serious infections like sepsis.
Symptoms of a Burkholderia cepacia infection can range from no symptoms to serious respiratory infections.
Early signs of infection may include fever and fatigue.
Dermarite has notified distributors and customers to destroy all affected products.
Consumers who have used these products and experienced any issues should contact their healthcare provider.
Dave Ramsey, known for his anti-debt stance, surprisingly advised a divorced father to consider a home equity line of credit, or HELOC.
The father owed his ex-wife $150,000 for her share of their house and needed $80,000 by the end of August.
He had $70,000 saved, a mortgage balance of $110,000, and a low interest rate of 2.25%.
Ramsey acknowledged his unusual advice, stating that while he typically discourages borrowing, the father was already in debt to his ex-wife.
He suggested the HELOC to restructure the existing debt and alleviate the immediate financial pressure.
Ramsey then questioned the father's motivation for keeping the house, to which the father cited his children and their stability.
Ramsey dismissed this reasoning, arguing that young children, aged 4.5 and 5 months, would not be significantly impacted by a move.
Co-host George Kamel proposed a compromise to take out the HELOC, sell the house, and use the proceeds for a new home.
Apple typically announces new hardware each fall, and this year appears to be no different.
The anticipated September 9th event is rumored to unveil the iPhone 17 lineup, along with Apple Watch and AirPods updates.
Many rumors are circulating, including larger screens and improved cameras for the iPhone 17 models.
The introduction of an ultra-thin iPhone Air, potentially replacing the Plus model, is also anticipated.
The iPhone 17 is expected to receive a significant redesign, aligning it more closely with the Pro models.
It may feature a slightly larger 6.3-inch screen and a 120Hz display.
A 24-megapixel front camera and new color options, purple and green, are also rumored.
The iPhone 17 Pro is rumored to have a redesigned rear camera arrangement.
Renderings suggest a rectangular bar housing the 3 cameras, extending across the back of the phone.
The flash, light sensor, and microphone would be positioned to the right, with a centered Apple logo.
The iPhone 17 Pro might switch from a titanium band to aluminum, reducing cost and weight.
The iPhone 17 Pro Max is expected to have fewer upgrades, primarily a slightly thicker body for a larger battery.
Leaker Instant Digital predicts the iPhone 17 will be priced around $800.
The Pro model is estimated at $1,050, and the Pro Max at $1,250.
The most discussed rumor is the potential debut of the iPhone Air, Apple's slimmest phone ever.
This device is rumored to be 5.5 millimeters thick, significantly thinner than current iPhones, and feature a 6.6-inch screen.
Thank you for listening. Stay informed, stay aware, and join us again for more updates that matter. Until next time.
Thanks for staying informed. See you in the next episode.